Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome to my page, The Vending Biz. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're going to be dropping a lot of content here. I haven't really been on YouTube lately, but I will be making myself a lot more present on this platform. So if you're looking for gems on how to get started in the vending machine business, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. We'll be dropping a lot of gems here. All right, anybody that's interested in getting started in the business, make sure you check out the links below this video. We have an ebook, we have a masterclass, we have a lot of other things for people that are looking to get started. But today we're going to be talking about 10 ways to make money in the vending machine business. All right, y'all ready? Let's go. Tap in. All right, so let's get right into it. Number one, and this will be in no particular order. All right, my number one is selling products. So the most traditional way is selling products out of the vending machine to the actual customers. So when you stock the machine with your beverages and your snacks and your whatever, and the customer comes up, puts that money in the machine, purchases your product, that's the most traditional way that people make money from owning vending machines. Is people buy the products that the owners stock inside the machine. All right, but we're gonna dig a little deeper. Let's dig a little deeper. My second way that vending machine businesses can make money is from renting the machine. Okay, so they can rent the machine to the location, right? You can actually rent vending machines to the location. So anytime you have a vending machine business, you can't put your machine anywhere. The locations have to meet a certain criteria in order for vending operators to want to put the machine in there and feel like it's going to be successful. So anytime that the location doesn't meet that criteria, then you don't put a machine there. But some locations will be willing to pay you to put the machine there, even if it doesn't meet the criteria. You might say, hey, you know, I need my machines to do at least a minimum of $400 a month. And I feel like this location will only provide me with, I don't know, let's say $300 a month. Okay. If you still want us to move forward with, you know, putting a machine in here, I would need you to be responsible for paying us that difference, which will be $100 a month or whatever, you know, whatever that scenario would bring. But there are a lot of locations out there that would be willing to pay this to have the machine there because they're trying to make their staff happy. You know, they want happy staff or they want happy clients or whatever it may be, whoever they're trying to satisfy. So they'll be willing to pay a vending company to place the machine there. Whereas though, you know, most scenarios, the location doesn't have to pay to have you. Sometimes you even pay to put your machine there. So, yeah, so that's not a very common, but it definitely happens. I've seen it happen numerous times, and especially with fresh food machines, when people serve sandwiches and different things like that out of the machines, you can charge them the premium just to have the machine in the facility. Because with that, you have a shorter shelf life. So the products have to move a lot faster. And if they're not moving, you'll lose money. So it's most of the times with those situations, you make an agreement with the location like, hey, if the machine has to make X amount. And if it doesn't make X amount, then you'll be responsible for paying us X amount. Right. And the location is often okay with that because the staff, you know, usually have a high demand for that type of, you know, machine providing that type of food, you know, for the fresh food, for the solids and the different things like that. So those are usually more upscale locations, but those are very common. That's not uncommon. For the fresh food, for the traditional snacks and beverages, it's less common, but it still happens. Number three, renting machines to other operators. Okay. So renting your machine to other vending operators in the area, it's also a way you can make money from the vending machine business. When I first got started, I actually rented quite a few machines. I would say I was renting about 6 out of my 20 or so that I had. Now, the reason people rent is because you might find yourself in a situation where you need more machines than you can afford and you don't want to lose a location. So you can rent a machine just to cover yourself and be able to get the location, then you could turn around and buy it or turn around and replace it with a machine that you own. And I know sometimes, you know, this can be a little touchy because it seems like you might be like helping your competition or that type of thing. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, if you have a strong business model and you believe in yourself, you renting to the next person really isn't going to affect your business, to be honest with you. So renting machines to the actual location. Number 2, renting the machine to other operators. Number 3, let's go to number 4, selling machines. It's very common for vending companies to sell machines. It's often not displayed anywhere on their website, but they do often sell machines. So selling machines is often even one of the biggest forms of income for vending machine companies, you know, outside of the traditional selling, you know, selling the products. So you could sell them online, you could sell them locally, because once you know, you get a knack for, you know, fixing machines and being able to put them together, and you'll often have some sitting around. Like currently we have around 15 machines that's sitting in our warehouse that we're not using. You know, we're just basically keeping them there until we get another location, or we have to replace a machine, or we can just sell them, you know. So, and that's not uncommon. You know, it's not uncommon to have that many machines sitting around if you're at a vending machine company. So it's best to, you know, utilize those by like renting them or selling them, you know, and doing different things with them in order to make yourself an extra income on the side. Okay. Now let's move on. Number 5, repairing machines. Repairing machines is a great form of additional income in the vending machine industry. Once you learn how to fix the machines and repair them, you can go out and fix others. You can specialize in a certain type of machine. If you just want to focus on one type, that's fine. But repairing machines can definitely be a great form of income, because a lot of people don't know how to fix the machines. They get them, they don't know how to operate them properly. They don't know how to fix simple things. And honestly, most issues that occur with the vending machines are simple issues. It can be something as simple as a dollar jam or a coin jam or whatever it may be. And just because somebody isn't familiar with it, they might not be able to take care of that situation without getting an extra helping hand. For myself personally, I learned how to fix a lot of issues with machines just from having to call people to fix it. And then I just would watch what they did when they were there. And, you know, and I just picked it up as time went on, you know. So, but number 5 is repairing vending machines. That's a great form of additional income for the vending machine business. All right. And let's go number 6. Vending machine delivery service. All right. So now it's one thing to buy them, you know, from the establishment, but you have to be able to get them into the location. 9 times out of 10, the person that you or the distributor that you buy the machines from, they're going to charge you an extra fee to deliver the machine. Sometimes it's free, but most of the time it's not. It's usually an extra $100 to $150 for them to deliver the machine for you, depending on where the location is, how far it is away from where they're located, and depending on if there are any obstacles and steps and different things like that that are involved with getting your machine into place. All right, so once you're a vending operator and you understand how to move these machines in the, you know, in a simple fashion, you know, it's easy to do it for other people. Now, initially, you know, you'll have to figure out the easiest ways to move the machines around. And, you know, the best way to do that is the same thing. You just watch other people do it and see what they're using, see the equipment they're using, and it's going to make it easier for you to do it on your own as you move forward if you're growing your business. All right. So number 7, we're going to go with vending machine removal. Okay. So we have situations where people will abandon machines. Okay. Whatever reason they abandon them for, it could be numerous things. People pass away, People get arrested. You know, people move away. It's a lot of different reasons people abandon machines. So what happened is, I think our most recent case was somebody abandoned a machine that was left in the church. So we had to come in and we removed the machine, and we charged them a fee for removing the machine. And we actually, you know, of course, we kept the machine, fixed it, and then we could turn around and use that, or, you know, sell it, or do whatever needs to be done. I believe the machine was sitting in that facility for a few years before they had it removed, and nobody serviced it that whole time. Okay. Now let's go back to it. Number 8, and this might kind of fall under repair services, but I separated it. But lock removal. So vending machine lock removal services. So, quick short story. In the midst of me growing my vending business, you know, I had 20 something machines at that point, and I had all of my keys were on a key ring. All right. And each one of my vending machines had a different key. None of them had the same key, but I knew which key went to all of them by looking at the key. If I looked at the key, I could say, okay, this one goes here, that one goes there, right? And what ended up happening is I lost that key ring. I lost the key ring, had no way of telling which key was actually which, because I didn't really know the numbers on the key to order more. So it was pretty much over. I had to get a locksmith. Well, I tried to get a locksmith to open the machines for me. So I was like, okay, you know, how much would it charge to pop the lock on each machine? And they told me $500 per machine. I said, wow, you know, we're looking at 20 something machines and $500 per machine. No, I'm not paying that much money to open these machines. So what I did was I figured out how to open the machines myself. And this is actually a common thing that happens, you know. So if you learn how to, you know, pop those locks or jimmy those locks for the vending machines, that in itself can be a service, right? It's like a locksmith for vending. So yeah, that's definitely something that people need. And that's also a form of income for the vending machine business. It's not super common, but it definitely happens, you know, enough. Now let's get into the next one, Locator Service. All right, so having a location service where you help other vending machine operators find locations for their vending machines is also a form, can also be a form of income for a vending business. Because once you're in the business and you understand how to go about finding locations, you know, it's never easy, but you know it's doable, and I'm pretty confident I could do it for anybody else. Like, so once you get it down to a science of how you're looking for these spots, you know, you could pretty much do it anywhere, and, you know, and provide that service for anybody. So having a location service where you're finding locations for others is a great form of additional income for vending machine companies. All right. A lot of companies don't have that service, but, you know, some of them do. Often, you know, with that service, people don't work with companies within their city. They often only do it for other companies outside of their city. So if you're in Chicago, you wouldn't do any other vending companies in Chicago for obvious reasons. But, you know, you would do it for other people, might be in New York or Philadelphia or any other city besides your own. All right, so keep that in mind, a location service. Lastly, number 10 is advertising. So if you have a machine that's in a hot location, and it could be something like a mall or something of that fashion, companies will pay you for advertising. So if you get something advertising put on the side of the machine, I've seen people have the display screens on the machines where it's ads running across that screen. and a number of different ways people will pay you for advertising through your machine. All right, so hopefully this video was helpful to you guys. Again, make sure you tune in and subscribe so you get more gems. And if it's anything else that you want to, any other topics that you guys want to talk about, make sure you comment below and let me know, and I'll be putting a video together for you guys. Best of luck on your vending journey. See you guys next time.